because I personally made it harder, so life doesn't gotta make it harder for me. And if life does make it harder, I already made life harder for me. Like, for example, I run 2 miles every morning as soon as I wake up. I take a cold shower as soon as I wake up. That alone already ruined my morning. You know what I'm saying? So what is somebody out there gonna talk to me about that's gonna make me mad or make me upset? You know, I already pissed myself off doing that, and it becomes a habit that it desensitizes me. Right now, as soon as I wake up, my body already knows it's time to run. So it's called serendipity. When something they innately thought was bad ended up being good. Now this has happened to me a lot. Going from heartbreak, down bad money, can't find a job, or not able to go to school. Let me start from the heartbreak one. Dated a girl for almost a year, broke up. 2 weeks later, I find out she's getting engaged. It's happened to me 2-3 times, by the way. And it was heartbreaking, but self-improved. Kept on doing my athleticism, improved my looks, improved my style, improved this, that, and my dating market improved, and I attracted more pretty girls. Another example, I was broke, and probably because the reason why I was broke is I couldn't work, and I couldn't work because I couldn't find a job. All right, let me explain. What that means is that I was labeled as an international student, and I came to this country looking for a better life. But at the time, I didn't have a social security. So because of that, I lacked the options of work like you probably do. And this one quote exemplifies this better. It says, when you lack resources, you become resourceful. So I became resourceful. I learned to cut hair. I learned to take photos. I started editing. I learned how to Photoshop, etc. And so many other minute little things that I learned in order for me to put money in my pocket. For example, selling stuff online, dropshipping, I learned to do that. Another scenario is school, education. Remember, I said I was an international student. 4 years, right? I played sports. Graduated with a 4.07 GPA on a 4.0 scale, so that was beautiful. Track and field, almost ran sub 50, 50 seconds flat, 400 meter dash, blazing fast. Not to like hype myself, but like just to say, in comparison, right? I should be going to prestigious Ivy Leagues or D1, D2 schools, D1 in fact, but I couldn't because I was labeled as an international student, and I was more of a liability. Because you also got to remember, schools are a business, so I was more of a liability to them, and coaches didn't want to risk that because they could always find maybe somebody that's like a little bit under, maybe he's running like a 53, has a 3.3 GPA, you know, it's above a B, or maybe somebody better than me. So they just kept the options open and didn't go with me. And I also lacked information at that time. And I say this to say that the bad things that really happened to me at the end of the day were one of the best things that happened to me. And it takes a level of emotional intelligence, and the mental clarity to really come to this realization. Another example, I had some family difficulties growing up. Not gonna go too much into details, but I took that and internalized it and said, I am going through this so nobody else will have to go through this. I am going through this so I wouldn't become this person. I am going through this so I could make sure this doesn't happen to my kids or to anybody else. And that made me not a victim anymore, and it made me instantly create a change and stop the generational trauma, etc. And that pain I felt was the catalyst to me changing. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, they use this quote, I believe it was Andrew Tate, I heard him, there's this quote, he said, how would God want to make somebody stronger? Would he give him an easy life? Would he give him everything he ever wanted? Would he born him to a rich family? No. He'll make him poor. He'll make him have to earn the things he wants. He'll make things really hard for him. And that way, one, you get to cherish things. And two, you get to appreciate things. And three, you get to be stronger. Especially when you cherish things. Think about everything you had quickly. When you had that thing quickly, you're like, all right, what's next? You weren't able to really appreciate it and soak it in. But think about the things you got that took you time, bro. Like, I went from a 2.8 to a 4.0 GPA. I am so proud of myself, man. I thought I couldn't do it. I was taking college classes and AP classes just so I could hit my goal of, listen, I want to graduate high school to 4.0 GPA. And I did it, and bro, I'm so proud. Or when it comes to my athletics, running the 50 flat, I went from 59, that's 10 seconds faster. Boom, out. Or when it comes to like me not having any money, like I said, learn a new skill. This skill stays with me, it's my hands. Give me a clipper, I'll give you a fresh fade, bro. Or cut your hair really nice, you know what I'm saying? Or I'll take you the best photos. The heartbreak one, for example, I got to be more emotionally intelligent, and I even made a video about it from what I learned from this. This video was mainly about where I messed up, but in hindsight, in foresight actually, learning, I realized that I was actually good. But I needed to go through that to actually realize that I was actually good. And it's just how the dating market works, you know, and it was nothing against me or the person, it's just how life is. And I grew mentally and emotionally from that. And I get to understand two sides, right? The girl and me, and how I see things in relationship and etc. Another reason why I say the bad things in your life are actually good is that you gotta change your perspective and you gotta do more hard things, because it's called a perception paradox, right? They use this in business. Let's say you want to buy a new phone and it costs $1,200, right? And then you find it somewhere else, it costs $800. They're both still expensive, but one is $400 less. So you buy that one. It's still expensive, but they tricked you. It could just be a partnership with that same company. For example, Apple and T-Mobile. T-Mobile just reduced the price so you could buy from them. But it's still expensive, but it's the perception. The value is the same, but the perception of the price shifted. So you bought it, and it has go out of sale. And that's the same thing with hard things. If you were, let's say, as you're running again, for me, because there's something I could really bring, let's say hurdles, right? Hurdles. You run college level high hurdles in high school. And that's like right here, bro. Like I'm running through something reaching me right here. I hope you can see this. I'm running through something reaching me right here. And that's tall, I'm 6 feet. That's tall. So let's say in the meet right now, they put the hurdles to high school height or female height. Female's height is like right here. Right, high school kids is like right here. But your perception is like, bro, this is short, easy. Boom, 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 you just hurtling through it. You know what I'm saying? Because your perception paradox is like your mind already knows you, it's easy. And that's how the mind works. Again, it's because we can say the same thing for jumping. I don't know, like freaking doing a backflip. Just think about any hard thing you've done, and then somehow out of nowhere, similar thing, but it's way easier. Now you have at the back of your mind that this is actually not that hard. Because that new thing, right? Because remember the old one, the really harder in that moment you thought it was hard, but you did it. So now when something else comes up, it's like easy. You just get it done, just get it over with. You know, same thing with life. And especially as a guy, which is why I also put myself to uncomfortable situations daily, just so I can grow and just so I can get desensitized from it. Whether it's talking to girls, whether it's approaching strangers, whether it's learning for something, whether it's getting rejected, or just mentally straining myself, you know, just so, because life is hard, bro, and I'm making sure that I can live, not thrive, like live life, you know, because I personally made it harder, so life doesn't gotta make it harder for me. And if life does make it harder, I already made life harder for me. Like, for example, I run 2 miles every morning as soon as I wake up. I take a cold shower as soon as I wake up. I eat. That alone already ruined my morning. You know what I'm saying? So what is somebody out there gonna talk to me about that's gonna make me mad or make me upset? You know, I already pissed myself up doing that, and it becomes a habit that it desensitizes me. Right now, as soon as I wake up, my body already knows time for run. Cold shower. Especially that cold shower, I do not want to take it. And it's winter right now too, bro. So running in that cold showers, I do not want to take it. But again, habit and becoming a man. And because nobody literally is even telling me how to become a man. You know, but I'm learning myself. And I also get to at least pass it down to my kids and teach them how you got to do this and do this and that. But the point of what I'm trying to say is that pain you're feeling, bro, it's actually good for you. Just embrace it. And I read this one quote from The Way of the Superior Man. Just like the first 5 chapters. It said, instead of you crumbling, like covering up, like a fetal position for this child, right? Instead, open up. Let your body really soak up that uncomfortable experience. Because 1, you're gonna remember, you're gonna callous your mind, and 2, when a new thing comes up, it's gonna be easy. Put you another one, David Goggins, my role model. Stay hard. One of the books he wrote, I believe, Can't Hurt Me. He ain't trained for 100 miles. He ran it to support the killed veteran soldiers that fought in Iran. And he said that was the most painful experience he ever experienced. That was the most painful things he ever done. Running 100 miles straight, no stop, without proper training, without proper nutrition. I'm not doing that. I know you're not doing that. So, we're going back. Why I'm saying this, why I brought that up, is because he didn't go to the doctors. His wife wanted him to, but he said no, because if I do that, I'm robbing myself of this pride. Like, the pain is necessary for the good feeling. Another thing, boom, this is about me to remember. You know, serotonin, dopamine, endorphins, adrenaline, painkillers, all those stuff the brain releases, right? They're meant to be earned. When you run, after you, in the beginning you don't want to run, but after you run, you're gonna feel good. Because the brain releases serotonin and the dopamine of achievement. When people smoke weed or drink, same brain chemicals released, but in a different way. One came easy, one came hard. One person is fit, one person is fat. One person is smart, one person is stupid. Or maybe just cool. But in excess, or even in the middle. I don't drink, I don't smoke. And why I'm saying that is because the body originally itself is designed as a reward mechanism. So if you do more hard things, you get rewarded. No cap. Yeah, as you do more hard things, you get rewarded. And when you cheat out of that, that's when depression comes in and all this other stuff. And again, that pain you're feeling is good for you, bro. Unless it's something crazy and you gotta really change. Like, instead of being playing a victim, actually understand nobody's coming to save you. And I realized that in my sophomore year by this one quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson. I'm gonna put her up there for you to see. Let's see what else. Yeah, bro. I really hope this video was meaningful. You learned something from it. Peace, man.